Well, that was bad. Really, really, really bad. Really, 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 really bad. Like, atrocious. Abysmal. I can't remember the last time the Titans have beaten a team by scoring 50 points. We let the Titans score 50 on us. 10-52 was the final score. Parramatta have been embarrassed at home, and there are so much things to talk about. This is like the way for me to get all this stuff off my chest so I can enjoy the rest of my weekend and the rest of my holiday. Guess what I'm going tomorrow? I'm going on my holiday for a couple days. I'm going to the Gold Coast. How fun is this going to be? We just got conceded 50 points to the Gold Coast, and now I get to go to the Gold Coast. The place that I hate the most at the moment, I'm not going to lie. But look, there's so much to talk about. There'll be a lot of negatives. I'm going to try and think some positives if they do get to it. The dog barking's definitely not a positive. But let's get into it. Let's just, no special stuff. Let's just go and start off with the main thing. Let's start off with the forwards. Okay, forwards is... What are we doing, lads? I know we are trying to bring in more players for next year for the forwards, and please, our recruitment at Parramatta is absolutely awful. It's awful. You look at the players we brought in this year: Brian Kelly, who's been rubbish, the Bellin, who's also been pretty rubbish as well. The guys we brought in haven't really been any good. Nothing spectacular from those guys. And even though I expected a lot from them, which maybe could be a bit of my own fault for expecting a lot from them, our recruitment's just not good. For a team who was like, at the end of last season, we're okay with get rid of players. We've got so much talent to build. We're perfectly fine. But we've just turned up with not barely doing any recruitment this season. We're 6 rounds in at the moment, and we're playing like the worst team in the league. The Dragons, who are awful, are not even playing this bad. The Dragons are genuinely playing better footy than we are, and we're very lucky to have 2 wins to our name, which was against them and was against the Broncos, which is also a really, really lucky one. It's been just luck getting wins, just scraping through, and I'm guessing so many Para fans going into this thought, we would scrape through. We're really poor at the moment, but it's the Titans. We can scrape through. I know the rest of my family thought that. I didn't. I do tips with whole family and that. I put the Titans 13+. Got that spot on. I'm kind of a genius, aren't I? But I just looked at the stuff and it's just not good. You look at the lineup, the forwards, and this is one of the things. We can make excuses about, so many teams are injured, and you know what? It's true. So many good players are injured, but if you look at our forwards, we have still so many main starters playing. But yet we're still so poor, giving the ball away, letting the Titans just run through us completely. It's not that hard to make a tackle, but it's just something we can't do for some reason. And you might make excuse, some of these guys are really young, less experienced, and cool, that's fact. They're less experienced, but they're playing in the NRL now. They're NRL players. They should be up to the level that's good enough to play in the NRL. No matter if you're a rookie or not. Ab Twiddle came on for us against the Tigers last time out before he got injured. That was his debut, and you know what? He played brilliantly. He's a prime example of a rookie who can come into the NRL and actually play on the same level as other NRL players. So you cannot have an excuse that rookies is the reason why we lost, because it was not their fault. I actually think we need to look more at the experienced guys, because they were on either the same level or even worse. Overall, atrocious. Really, really atrocious. I think Riley Smith was awful. I think he was really bad. He just let them run through pretty easily, and then after half time he got switched for Tellen De Silva, who, you know what, I like De Silva. He just wasn't any better, but it's hard to make a big difference as a hooker, and then didn't really make too big of mistakes. If like I've got it open right here. Let's read through the team. Okay, forwards, Jack Williams. He's a good player. He should be good enough to not just let them run through. Riley Smith, he's been playing for a while. Surely he should be alright. Parlo didn't look great either. He's yet to have a game where he's looked really great. Tuilagi he was kind of there. Katoa was the same, and Walker was the same. There was nothing special about him. There's nothing special that any of these guys did. If you look at the interchange, the Silva was alright, but he just didn't really do much. Geimer didn't do much. Tuivasa didn't do much. DeBellin, once again, I think he's just being poor. And poor Luca Moretti, he's sitting on the reserves. I personally think he should be getting more playing time. We look at the forwards. Sorry, not the forwards, the backs. This is the main thing. Josh Papali was good. He's not the main fullback. He's playing in the Yongi position, but he was alright. He wasn't so bad. Araz Nanva was a rookie playing today on his debut. Nothing too much special from him, and that's kind of what you do expect. And I know that I've got a lot of different points on rookies and that. Then we have Penasini. He scored that try, but did you see him jiggle it? Like, he could barely catch the ball. It was like an open try and he nearly completely missed it. Brian Kelly. I could go on like a whole 20-minute video about Brian Kelly, about how poor he has been. He's not been good, and I understand he is not at his best like he was previously. But still, there's just simple mistakes or just things that can be easily avoided that he's not doing. Josh Adokar, honestly, he's old. He's old. We have to admit it. He's old. He's getting to the end of his career. He looks like he's the only player on that field who is giving enough energy, enough passion to the team. And our team, Parramatta, overall, when they go up for kicks and stuff like that, just throughout the game, it looked like we were showing zero energy, and that also has to go back to the coach, Jason Riles. He needs to encourage these boys. How can he not encourage this team to go and prove everyone wrong and beat the Gold Coast Titans? And that's just another point. It just feels like it's poor coaching from Jason Riles now, because he's unable to have his team perform with just some sort of energy, just to go on and play well. There's just none of that. There's none of that. Adokar does occasionally show it. He's our best player at the club right now. I don't care what you want to say about Mitchell Moses. I'm going to get to him, because there are definitely some problems there. 2 players left. Okay, Ronald Volkman. Volkman played today, and he was pretty good. He wasn't perfect. No one was perfect. Everyone was pretty rubbish. But Volkman, with his kicking, was much better than we've seen with Moses. He created opportunities in a game where we really didn't have many. He was probably the best player that game. I think him and Adokar were probably the best players in that game. Final one. Our halfback, someone who's supposed to be origin level, Mitchell Moses. Well, it's not good. Someone needs to call him out, like I'm doing here, and he needs to deserve to hear stuff like this, because he's not good anymore. He's not playing well. His kicking game is horrible, and obviously Parramatta have finally realised that, because they're having Volkman kick it to him. Volkman's doing the kicking on the game, and you might say, oh, well, the one time he didn't kick, they lost by 50 points. It doesn't matter. It was much better than I've seen Moses kick in a long time. That's including conversions or on the 5th tackle. Ronald Volkman looked much better than Mitchell Moses. Much better. Moses, his passing's alright. I think he's pretty good in what he does, is able to being vocal to the team and try and control the team. But just when he doesn't do that, it just causes some pretty big problems. And unfortunately, I really do like Mitchell Moses, but he's not been good. He's not been good this season, and barely anyone has. And he deserves the cop a little bit of stuff like that. You know, he needs to understand that he needs to improve more and more, because there's just some silly mistakes that he's doing that's just really just not good enough. Wow, I've basically just gone through every single player on the team. That just shows how mad I am. It's been bubbling inside of me, because actually, you know, I've came to Australia last year and became a Parramatta member instantly. First thing I did. Until today, I go to like nearly all the home games. Until today, I had never left a home game early, no matter weather or how cold it was or how badly or how well we're performing. I've never left early to, I think, any sports event ever through any single reason. And my dad, who's pretty old now, like 49 this year, watched Chelsea grow up watching Chelsea in England. He's never, in any sporting event, left early either. And me and him left early. Like 10 minutes early. You might say that's not too much. But something like that never happens. I saw my team go down. And it was like 10-14. I was like, I'm done. I'm sick of this. I'm leaving. And what makes it even worse is the club need to do something about it. I was like compensating the fans here. You can't put on that performance and say, oh, it's okay. You knew no one wanted to come to this because everyone knew how bad we were going into this. So you went, oh, okay, 25% off tickets. You can get up to 4 free child tickets. Everyone can go on the field after the game's finished and all that. Bring all that stuff in, but it's not good enough. People who are in a situation that's probably much worse than me, trying to go to these games, like. So I'm talking too much now, I'm coughing. People who are in different situations, I mean, worse situations, and spend a lot more money to go to this stuff, and Paramount are going to give nothing back for them to use their hard-earned money to come and watch the team get spanked. Like, some merchandise vouchers, just something that needs to compensate the fans, Paramount. That is what you need to do. Set some things right, please. Just please, no matter who, if you're a member or just someone sitting there, anyone who turned up that day, please, it's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do. Merchandise vouchers. People are going to spend more than the voucher anyway. You're making more money anyway. Just do it. It's the right thing. It's the right thing. And I think, this is no way this can get to Paramount at all, so they're definitely not going to listen to me. But anyway. There's anything else I wanted to say before I turn off and like, oh, I should have said this. Injuries, it's bad. It is really bad. I don't expect it to get any better, but once again, it's just no excuse to lose 52-10 to the Gold Coast Titans. I'm going to try and enjoy being in the Gold Coast and not think about the NRL. I'll come back, and then we have the Bulldogs at home. Gonna maybe try to do some stuff with Winston. I'm gonna try and figure out where he is. I'm gonna hunt him down. I'm gonna try to do something. So there's stuff to look forward to. But I need the week just rest. So this video will come out, and you have your LTW. And then that's about it. And then more videos when I come back. So I'm like gone for like 5 days. That is it for me. Thank you all. That was a long crash out. I had one last week on Easter Monday. This one has been a bigger one, and a one that is more direct at players and giving criticism, because you know what? How are they going to improve? If I know it's not going to get to them at all, but I can at least try, at least see your guys' and thoughts and opinions and all that. Because it's bad when people are so sick of watching us play that they didn't even boo. There was no booing. People just left. They're just like, I'm not going to spend my time and boo and stay and boo. I'm just going to leave. I left like 10 minutes before the game ended. People left 20, 25, 30 minutes before the game ended. People next to me. People coming out from their seats. Loads and loads of people leaving. It was an embarrassment today. They need to bounce back. Something needs to happen. Management need to think about Jason Rouse's future. Because there are problems, and if they're not going to get dealt with, Spoon is coming our way. Thank you all so much for watching. Really appreciate it. I don't know what to say, man. Subscribe. We're on the road to 1K, so help me out.